Hi, everyone, and welcome to your full moon and Virgo reading. We're going to actually get started with what is Virgo's key phrase, and it is I analyze. What does this mean exactly, and where is it going to show up in your life? This full moon cycle, and how can you use it to your advantage? So, Virgo energy has a very function oriented energy to it. It is the organizer, the perfectionist, and like I mentioned already, the analyzer. It also has a very strong need for clarity, clear thinking, and being of service however needed. It can also show itself as being a true, reliable, and stable energy in unruly situations, with an ability to be able to ground down and shut out all distractions in order to properly assess it. It is definitely fair to say that the motivation for Virgo energy is all about what can be ignored so that what is important is dealt with first. Although there is nothing wrong with being detail oriented and great at analysis, if you take these attributes to the extreme, you may fall into the trap of pettiness, obsessiveness, and being overly critical of everyone and everything. So it is just good to be aware of these things when moving forward through this energy. Okay, so now that we know what the Virgo I analyze energy is, let's take a look at where it's going to show up for each zodiac sign. And I would suggest watching for your rising sign first, as it will resonate the most. But if you don't know your rising sign, you can watch for your sun sign. And if you want to book a personalized full moon reading with me based on your very own birth chart, I have a link to my website in the description box. Okay, let's get started. Hi, Virgo. Full moons are all about releasing and letting go of what no longer serves you or your highest good. It is the ending of a cycle. By clearing out the proverbial clutter, it allows room to plant the seeds for your new moon wishes in a couple of weeks. And for you, Virgo, your very own energy is going to be focused in the first house, which has to do with all things me, myself, and I, and how you see or identify yourself, as well as your physical appearance, your image, how others see you, and how you come across to others. So, those would be the areas I would concentrate on when it comes to releasing and letting go this full moon and Virgo cycle. And if you need to review what the Virgo energy is again, just go to the timestamp in the description box. Hi, Leo. Full moons are all about releasing and letting go of what no longer serves you or your highest good. It is the ending of a cycle, and by clearing out the proverbial clutter, it allows room to plant the seeds for your new moon wishes in a couple of weeks. And for you, Leo, this Virgo energy will be in the second house and will be focused on the things that have to do with your money, earned income, financial responsibility, personal property and possessions, your core values, and how you value yourself. So, those would be the areas I would concentrate on when it comes to releasing and letting go this full moon in Virgo cycle. And if you need to review what the Virgo energy is again, just go to the timestamp in the description box. Hi, Cancer. Full moons are all about releasing and letting go of what no longer serves you or your highest good. It is the ending of a cycle, and by clearing out the proverbial clutter, it allows room to plant the seeds for your new moon wishes in a couple of weeks. And for you, Cancer, this Virgo energy will be in the third house and will be focused on the things that have to do with communication, how you think, learn, share, and express yourself, as well as your siblings and extended family, and your immediate surroundings or community. So, those would be the areas I would concentrate on when it comes to releasing and letting go this full moon and Virgo cycle. And if you need to review what the Virgo energy is again, you can just go to the timestamp in the description box. Hi, Gemini. Full moons are all about releasing and letting go of what no longer serves you or your highest good. It is the ending of a cycle, and by clearing out the proverbial clutter, it allows room to plant the seeds for your new moon wishes in a couple of weeks. And for you, Gemini, this Virgo energy will be in the fourth house and will be focused on the things that have to do with your home, family, ancestry, nurturing yourself and others, inner emotions, and security. So, those would be the areas I would concentrate on when it comes to releasing and letting go this full moon and Virgo cycle. And if you need to review what the Virgo energy is again, just go to the timestamp in the description box. Hi, Taurus. Full moons are all about releasing and letting go of what no longer serves you or your highest good. It is the ending of a cycle, and by clearing out the proverbial clutter, it allows room to plant the seeds for your new moon wishes in a couple of weeks. And for you, Taurus, this Virgo energy will be in the fifth house and will be focused on the things that have to do with fun, creativity, hobbies, your children, sports, entertainment, dating, romance, and passionate love affairs. So, those would be the areas I would concentrate on when it comes to releasing and letting go this full moon and Virgo cycle. And if you need to review what the Virgo energy is again, just go to the timestamp in the description box. Hi, Aries. Full moons are all about releasing and letting go of what no longer serves you or your highest good. It is the ending of a cycle, and by clearing out the proverbial clutter, it allows room to plant the seeds for your new moon wishes in a couple of weeks. And for you, Aries, this Virgo energy will be in the sixth house and will be focused on your daily routine, your work, your job, your service to others, duties and obligations, and your health and wellness. So, those would be the areas I would concentrate on when it comes to releasing and letting go this full moon and Virgo cycle. And if you need to review what the Virgo energy is again, just go to the timestamp in the description box. Hi, Pisces. Full moons are all about releasing and letting go of what no longer serves you or your highest good. It is the ending of a cycle, and by clearing out the proverbial clutter, it allows room to plant the seeds for your new moon wishes in a couple of weeks. And for you, Pisces, this Virgo energy will be in the seventh house and will be focused on legal affairs, contracts, and negotiations, your one to one relationships with people like your spouse or significant other, family, friends, colleagues, partners in business, clients, and harmony, fairness, and justice. So, those would be the areas I would concentrate on when it comes to releasing and letting go this full moon and Virgo cycle. And if you need to review what the Virgo energy is again, just go to the timestamp in the description box. Hi, Aquarius. Full moons are all about releasing and letting go of what no longer serves you or your highest good. It is the ending of a cycle, and by clearing out the proverbial clutter, it allows room to plant the seeds for your new moon wishes in a couple of weeks. And for you, Aquarius, this Virgo energy will be in the eighth house and will be focused on the things that have to do with transformation, death and rebirth, joint finances, other people's money, debts, inheritance, what is hidden below the surface, and what is considered taboo. So, those would be the areas I would concentrate on when it comes to releasing and letting go this full moon and Virgo cycle. And if you need to review what the Virgo energy is again, you can just go to the timestamp in the description box. Hi, Capricorn. Full moons are all about releasing and letting go of what no longer serves you or your highest good. It is the ending of a cycle, and by clearing out the proverbial clutter, it allows room to plant seeds for your new moon wishes in a couple of weeks. And for you, Capricorn, this Virgo energy will be in the ninth house and will be focused on the things that have to do with spirituality, religion, belief systems, higher education, studying and learning, philosophy, and travel. So, those would be the areas I would concentrate on when it comes to releasing and letting go this full moon and Virgo cycle. And if you need to review what the Virgo energy is again, you can just go to the timestamp in the description box. Hi, Sagittarius. Full moons are all about releasing and letting go of what no longer serves you or your highest good. It is the ending of a cycle, and by clearing out the proverbial clutter, it allows room to plant the seeds for your new moon wishes in a couple of weeks. And for you, Sagittarius, this Virgo energy will be in the 10th house and will be focused on the things that have to do with your career, ambition, responsibility, reputation, what you are known for, and how you are making your mark on the world. So, those would be the areas I would concentrate on when it comes to releasing and letting go this full moon and Virgo cycle. And if you need to review what the Virgo energy is again, just go to the timestamp in the description box. Hi, Scorpio. Full moons are all about releasing and letting go of what no longer serves you or your highest good. It is the ending of a cycle, and by clearing out the proverbial clutter, it allows room to plant the seeds for the new moon wishes in a couple of weeks. And for you, Scorpio, this Virgo energy will be in the 11th house and will be focused on the things that have to do with your friends, social circles, support systems, networks and alliances, humanitarianism, and technology. So, those would be the areas I would concentrate on when it comes to releasing and letting go this full moon and Virgo cycle. And if you need to review what the Virgo energy is again, just go to the timestamp in the description box. Hi, Libra. Full moons are all about releasing and letting go of what no longer serves you or your highest good. It is the ending of a cycle, and by clearing out the proverbial clutter, it allows room to plant the seeds for your new moon wishes in a couple of weeks. And for you, Libra, this Virgo energy will be in the 12th house and will be focused on the things that have to do with the unconscious mind, intuition, imagination, dreams, spirituality, solitude, self reflection, healing, the hidden or unseen, and the mystical and the magical. It also has to do with escapism, withdrawal, addictions, and self sabotage. So, those would be the areas I would concentrate on when it comes to releasing and letting go this full moon in Virgo cycle. And if you have to review what the Virgo energy is again, just go to the timestamp in the description box. Hi, everyone, and welcome to the second part of your full moon in Libra reading. You've gone through the signs, either your rising sign, if you don't know that, through your sun sign, to see what area of your life to work on for releasing and letting go this full moon in Libra. This is part 2 for those of you who maybe didn't resonate with it, or maybe you don't need to do work in that area of your life. This may be your reading on what you can work on for releasing and letting go, or it could be in addition to what you just learned in your your rising sign and or sun sign. So 2 piles to choose from. We have pile 1 here with the beautiful black obsidian moon, and we have pile 2 here with the heart moonstone. So whatever card or crystal it is that calls to you will be additional full moon releasing and letting go recommendations for you this full moon in Libra. I will see you in your reading. Hi, pile 1, and those of you who chose this beautiful black obsidian moon or this card, this is your reading. We're going to start here with your oracle cards. So we have an overall energy, Aries. Reconciliation and serenity. In order to be approached by others, you must first encounter your anger. Okay, so that's pretty serious. Let's see what else these cards have to say about it. All right, so we're talking about the 11th house. And that's so interesting that to be approached by others in the 11th house is all about, okay, it's the house of friendships, groups, social activities, teams, friends, groups, society, technology, projects and social media, as well as originality, eccentricity, social justice and rebellion, and humanitarianism. Okay, so I feel like it has something to do with that house, this anger that you're feeling, possibly. Let's see what else we have. Taurus, no, okay, got it. All right, so overall energy here then, this is a full moon, so we are releasing. The energy you're going to want to be releasing is about, it's going to be about money, okay? And I want to look at the rest of the cards first before I get into it, because I want to see what insight they may give. But just overall energy, I feel that within this group, whatever group it is that you're in here, pile one, that there is some sort of resentment or anger about the status, possibly, of some of the people in the group that you have a bit of a hard time wrapping your head around. And because of that, you're kind of standoffish, so others aren't approaching you in the group, and it's really not going the way you would have liked to have seen it. But let's see what the other cards are saying, okay? Because we may see. So here we go. Boost self-worth and finances, Sun and Taurus. Oh, you've got to be kidding me. Okay, practicalities. All right. Okay. Then we have rooted, or root, which is the IC. We have the 8th house, endings, beginnings. Okay, just let me move these down just slightly. Okay, we have a time to give rather than take. We have power. And we have see the big picture. Okay, so I understand. I'm hearing it right now. So there are some people within the group that you're in right now, okay, that, and this could be, I don't know what, it could be a sporting group, it could be an intellectual group, it could be like a book club, whatever it may be. It could be a senior group, I'm not sure. But whatever it is, you're feeling like you're not fitting in, and maybe you actually aren't fitting in, and people aren't coming up and approaching you, okay? And this is causing anger. The important thing is here, we need to get to the root cause, because in order to release and let go, we need to know what the root cause of that is, okay? Because that's the only way you can truly let it go. Now, this reading might be in place of what you've already listened to for your rising sign or your sun sign, if you don't know your rising sign. If maybe this month you're like, no, I've got that taken care of, I'm good with that area of my life, okay, on my chart, then maybe this is the message for you for releasing and letting go. So it's getting to the root cause of what is it that are keeping, that's like the block between you and your friends, your companions, whatever, teammates, whatever it is. We've got 2 Taurus cards coming out here, and that automatically tells me with the Taurus cards that, and it actually even says it up here, boost self-worth and finances. I don't think it's that you need to increase your finances necessarily. Maybe for some of you, yes. I think that maybe you, as I said in the beginning, don't feel that you are of the same status. I mean, social status. You're not as high on the ladder. You're on a lower rung, not a higher rung. But this is your perception. This is the way you feel. And it could very well be true, but it doesn't matter, because we're all created equal. So this is something that you need to get to the root cause of why you feel that way, okay? And maybe you just don't have the same set of core beliefs as them. That could be for some of you. So you kind of feel a disconnect. That's a better word, disconnect. You're disconnected. Okay, so you really need to figure that out for yourself, and that involves sitting, whether it's in meditation, just sitting quietly somewhere in your home with a candle lit. We don't have to call it meditation, we can just call it quiet reflection. You could sit outside in nature. It can be while you're driving your car. It can be any time where you have peace and quiet, and you can do this and really think deeply about it, okay? Because there's something here, and this is 8th house, which has to do with other people's money, I'm just saying. But it's also endings and beginning, right? Because it's the death card, house of transformation. So, and 5 is a change, okay? And I just feel like before you can have a new beginning here in this 11th house with your group, and this could even be you on social media where you're not connecting with your audience, right? There has to be an ending in order for there to be a new beginning. And that's by getting at the root of things. This is a 3 and 8, 11, which would be, master number, right? Figuring out what it is. Using your intuition. What is it that's causing these feelings of lack or self-worth within you? And then we have new moon in Virgo, a time to give rather than take. We have power, and we have full moon in Sagittarius, see the big picture. So what I'm going to suggest to you is, this is going to be 2-part. You want to connect with these people because I feel that you like them. I'm not having a feeling that these are people that you don't like. I just have a feeling that it's your own self-worth or feeling of lack compared to them. And we know what happens when we compare ourselves, and we all do it, so do not feel bad, pile 1. It's part of our human nature. We compare ourselves to others. We need to stop doing it. And this may be for you, your little flag to say, hey, it's time to move on, right? To end that behavior and start over with the new beginning. But what I want to say here is money and finances really have nothing to do with it. Social ladder climbing has nothing to do with it. It does for those people who thinks that it matters, but we know in a spiritual and in a religious way that it doesn't matter, or that it shouldn't matter. And what you need to do, Aries, well, I say Aries, that's so funny I said that. This could be an Aries listening, but it's that Aries energy. Aries is a powerful energy. It's a can-do, I've got this energy, okay? You stand in your power, and it's full moon. You stand in your power, and you let this go. You are strong enough, and you are capable of doing this, okay? Whoever you are in pile 1. This is also a 7, and 7s are all about being wise, okay? I want to say for 7s in this one, it's going to be about being wise. It's going to be about nurturing yourself as you do this, but most importantly, it's standing in your power and recognizing that you are just as good, you are equal to, you are just as worthy of being in this group with these people as the next person, as the person sitting beside you or standing beside you. I really feel that this is a lot in your own head, okay? Pile 1, or sorry, it's not in your own head, it's just a self-belief, and we can always change those. And I see here with the Sagittarius, right? Full moon in Sag, it's that full moon illuminating the big picture. What you have to see is, why do you want to connect with these people? Because you do, okay? It's because you love whatever this group or activity or team or whatever it is, you love it. And like I said, you love that. We'll say, just for example, it's a sport. You love that sport. You want to play that sport. You love the location of it. You like the people that are on there, but there's just something that's throwing you off a little about status, I believe. And I want to say that that's what you need to let go of this full moon. All right, because I believe you went in here with new moon in Virgo wanting to give to this sport, give to this organization, give to this group. You have lots to give. Aries are very adventurous, so we're Saggies here. But that Aries energy is the leader, right? You will take off and initiate and start things. You have a lot to give. Your intention isn't to come in and take from this group. But I feel somewhere along the line from you, what's being taken is your self-worth somehow. And I mean, this could resonate differently for all of you, or, you know, for all of you. Some people, this may be exactly your story. Other people, it may be a version of this story, okay? But I really feel that it does have something to do with the 11th house, that it has something to do around self-worth, core beliefs. I don't know so much about finances, maybe for some of you. But I think you have to remember why you're there, which is to give. You have a lot to give. You love it, right? You're seeing the big picture. I love it. That's why I'm here. This is where I want to exert my extra energy and my extra time. It's where I want to spend it. But getting to the root of why is what is going to help you release it. Okay? So, and stand in your power while doing it. You are just as powerful as anyone else. You are just as wise as anyone else. Okay? So let's pull some tarot and see what the tarot has. Well, that almost looked right over. Let's see what else the tarot might give us. Further clarification, confirmation, further advice. What do we have here? God, source, universe. Okay, well, out came some cards. 2. 9 of Swords. Maybe this is something traumatic, because it says trauma. So something from your past has made you feel this way. And there's something about this group, even though you love it and like the people, that's bringing back those feelings. And that is because you never got to the root of what it is, of that trauma, to let it go. This could be a lot of work, pile 1, but you can do it. Small steps, baby steps, okay? One day at a time. One emotion at a time, one memory at a time. Now, we have the King of Wands, and this is where I want to say, I love the way this happened, is they want you to let go of that pain and trauma and that root cause of why you feel this way. And they want you to remember why you're there. Okay, so I kind of feel like this is what you're letting go of, and this is how you do it, or not how you do it, but it's triggering you to remember that you're there to give. You have something to give. There's something you can contribute. You love what it is you do. You need to find the passion in order to stand in your power. You need to identify the root cause of the trauma to let it go. Okay, so there's that part of the message. Now let's just get another oracle card here. Oh, and 2 of those came out. We'll take them. Flirtation and vision. Okay. Oh, interesting. So I'm going to start with vision, which I think goes here with see the big picture, right? You need to be able to see clearly. All right, you need to, it's the sun and Pisces. It would kind of say, highlight what your dreams and wishes are for this group. And as far as vision, that's part of the passion, along with these 3 cards here that you will work towards. So imagine what it is. What is your vision for where you want to be in the group? What is your vision for the group? What is your passion, again, about the group? And see that bigger picture. And then we had flirtation. Well, it could mean 2 things. It could mean that there is an actual love interest in your group that you may find. I don't know. That could be it. But it is Venus in Sag. And I want to say it's just, I'm going again with here your your dreams and wishes. What do you see your dream as being? You know, what do you dare flirt with? What do you dare take the chance on? Okay? Like I said, it could be romance, but I also think it's that passion. What ideas do you want to flirt with and then put into action and seeing the bigger picture? So that is, for you, pile one, something that you can let go of up here, this feeling of lack and self-worth, and how you can refocus your energy, right? Ending, new beginning, to help you be able to connect in a better way with your group. Okay, so I hope that that helped. I will see you for your next full moon reading next month, I guess. Bye-bye. Hi, pile two, and those of you who chose this beautiful moonstone heart or this card, this is your reading for this full moon, releasing and letting go. Okay, so I'm going to pull tarot at the end, and as well as an oracle card from the Radiant Sun. But first I want to get into what the overall energy is for your reading. And we have harvest and culmination. Keep faith in the journey, for one day you will look back just to realize how content you are. Okay. And sometimes we do get lost in the journey, right, pile two? We're so focused on the path, the journey, what it is we're doing, etc., that we forget, I'm going to say, the way I am interpreting that is what we're doing as we go along and being able to look at how far we've come, okay? And just how happy we should be, right? It's not, I'm only going to be happy when I reach the destination. You should be happy as you're going along on it, okay? Or try to be anyway. I mean, not all journeys are easy, so, and I understand that. We have, this is all going to be happening or having to do with the 6th house of Virgo, which is the house of health, the house of jobs, where you work, your daily life, your daily work life, your routine, and organizational ability, as well as care for your health. So for your body, your diet, exercise. It's also the home of animals and pets. So that's something to consider. And then we have solar eclipse, which when there's a solar eclipse, it's just bringing a more potent energy to manifestation. Okay. I'm going to say that about the eclipse. And I know that this is a full moon reading and we're letting go, but I'm going to say this is to really highlight this area. Okay. This solar eclipse is embracing change, revelations, courage, determination, connection as you are on your journey. And of course, it's going to be a path of change here for you. So let's look at the rest of the oracles and see what this message is, because I'm quite curious. And oh my heavens, isn't this hilarious? Stride out into new territory, Sun and Sagittarius adventure. Okay. 5 double fives, change, transits the climate. 51, we have, which is a 6, Mercury retrograde, reinvention. 6, this is the 6th house. Okay. I like this so far. I'm liking where this is going. All right. And then we have full moon eclipse, which eclipses during a full moon also bring a powerful energy for releasing and letting go. Okay. So conclusions are within reach. We have darkness, long night moon. All right. And we have full moon in Taurus, detoxify. Okay. So we kind of see what the overall energy is. I want to say that it has, well, we have 6th house. And what is really sticking out for me here is the health and body care, diet, exercise. Okay. That's what's standing out for me because of this detoxify card. That can be for some of you. For others, it's just, it could be letting go of and detoxifying from a job, right?
or any health issues that you might have. All right. But what this is harvest and culmination. What this is you staying on track, you keeping on track and realizing how far you have come, and to be content with where you are right now, because you don't wait to celebrate until the end. You celebrate as you go along. Now let's talk about it. Stride out into new territory. I mean, right here we have a sun card, right? Sun in Sagittarius. This is looking at the big picture. This is adventure. This is not being afraid, okay? This is being adventurous, not being afraid to go down that path, to go on this journey. And with transits, I think it's just so interesting that I'm not looking so much at the climate as the transits. And I think, as you go along this path, you're going to be navigating and transiting a lot of different areas, a lot of different feelings, a lot of different hopes and wishes. You're going to be looking at the shadow sides of everything, because this is about letting go, right? You're going to really be transiting a lot of different areas on this path as you're working towards your health and wellness. Or in some case, the work that you do on a daily basis. And with Mercury retrogrades, I call them the re's, right? It's kind of like the reduce, reuse, recycle. Well, that's what Mercury retrograde is. It's any word that begins, in my opinion, that begins with RE, reinvention, reevaluate, redo, reassess, reuse, reduce, recycle, whatever it may be. Okay. So this is telling you, this is a time to reinvent who you are. But with this full moon, what it's asking you to do is to reinvent yourself, to let go of the old, to not be afraid to go down this path on your health and wellness, I'm going to call it, on this path of health and wellness, to try to bring in and harvest and culminate the best possible conclusion for yourself, right? Like that is what they want you to let go of, is maybe the fear of walking down this path. Continue on, keep letting go as you go along, as you're transiting these transiting the different climates along the path. Okay, now it makes sense to me. Yeah, you're going to be letting stuff go, let it go, let it go, let it go. That's what this is. Detoxifying, like I said, from it could be a job that you do, it can be health and wellness, and it's letting go of the toxins in your life, of the things that aren't serving your highest good. Okay. And what they also, and when I say they, I mean God, universe, source, whomever it is you connect with or go to for your source energy. It's your ancestors, your angels, your animal spirits, your ascendants, descendants, whomever it may be, okay? That's who they are. And I believe what they're trying to tell you here is, sometimes it can feel a little dark when you're trying to make these changes, when you're trying to reinvent, when you're trying to get out there on the well-lit path and go down it and, maneuver around all these, transit around all these different climates and pockets as you go along. But they're telling you that conclusions are within reach, which means for some of you, you may be there. Some of you still may need to identify what it is you're letting go of to help you here in the 6th house. For some of you, it's just a message of, this is a full moon eclipse energy. It's too powerful. You will be successful. It may be hard work, but you will be successful. And they want you to know here, that's where it's tying in with this darkness card. Like, there may be some dark moments, but there's hope. And the reason I want to say that, okay, which also ties in over here with being content with where you are, Even though it may feel dark, always remember where it is that you started, okay? Where it is that you've come from. But no matter how dark the night is, there's still light, okay? And that's the light you're going to pull in from God, Source, Universe, your spirit team. For me, I say my spirit team encompasses everyone of love, light, and highest vibration. Sometimes it's just too long to list. List them all out so they know. But I feel like there's always light. You see how it's like the path is lit. Not like this path here, but even in the darkest moments, there's still light. You can still see like a haze of light around this dark moon. And it's lighting up a portion or a part of this tree, okay? So, and that's what full moons are. Full moons are illuminating what it is that you need to let go of. This is a really powerful message for you, Pile 2, that it's time to reinvent. It's time to get good with your health and wellness, or like I said, for some of you, it could have to do with your daily routine and job. It's time to go on that new adventure to see the big picture. But to know that, navigating may be hard at times, but it will all work out in the end. And you're reinventing, you're getting rid of this toxic, whatever it is around you. Now let's go to the tarot and see what else we can get for clarification, confirmation, further advice. Okay, and then we'll do a Radiant Sun Oracle. Okay, so let's see here where they've been coming out for me. Sometimes I flip through them. Sometimes they're coming out really easy. I don't know. I feel like this is a flip through. Okay, let's get Ace of Pentacles, growth. I love this because it's setting out on that new beginning, but I feel like it's just confirming this. Make sure along this path, okay, whether it's brightly lit or dimly lit, that you are recognizing the growth as you've been moving along your journey. Okay, so there's confirmation, and they want to just keep reminding you of that. Reinvention doesn't happen overnight. It can take time, so be proud of the growth and acknowledge it as you go along. Resilience, yes. Seven of Wands. Fight your way through if you have to, and it may be for some of you that you are going to have to dig deep and fight your way through it and be resilient, but know that you are going to reach the end, the reinvention of yourself here. I mean, do we ever stop journeying? No. But this particular journey, this particular thing that you're going to let go of, this toxin to reinvent yourself, that's but one journey, okay? One of many. Some good, pardon me, some more difficult or bad, but just know that you will get there when it comes to your health and wellness, or like I said, daily routine, job. Now let's get one more oracle card here and finish up your message. Okay, what else do we need for pile 2? Idealism. I love that. The sun in Aquarius. Dude, you got to be out there marching to the beat of your own drum, okay? This is it, pile 2. This is telling you, don't be afraid to think outside the box, okay? Don't be afraid, like I said, to march to the beat of your own drum. This is about your health and wellness. This is about your routine and your job, your work, okay? It's about you. So you do you. That's what I'm going to say with that. You let the sun shine and you do you. as you're reinventing yourself. Don't do it based on what others want, but also recognize your growth as you go along. Be resilient as you're transiting and navigating maybe the dimly lit path here, but also recognize and give thanks for the fact that it's dim, that it's still lit in some way, okay? So I really feel confident, Pile 2, that you are going to reach the conclusion to the end of this particular journey that you're on. I wish you luck with it. I will see you in your next full moon reading. I didn't say this at the beginning, but what I always like to say, and I'm sorry I forgot until now, and I hope you see it, is that you may have already looked at what I've had to say for releasing and letting go this full moon in Libra with your rising sign. And if you don't know your rising sign, of course, you can use your sun sign. All right. Maybe this month you're okay with that. You're feeling good about that. Or maybe you want to do this in addition to, okay? Or this could be a message just for you, separate from your rising sign or sun sign message. So good luck with that. I will see you next month.